I was gonna sit here and bullshit and tell you all these lies. I would, but I'm here. I love making videos. So far, I haven't really made anything worth watching, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But what I have noticed is that I've been saying, like, you guys a lot, or you, but in all actuality, my videos and my channel need to be about me. Like, I'm confusing myself on what I want to do and what I want my channel to be. Because that's just the way that I am. I'm a confusing person. I confuse myself. Like, I've been thinking this whole, okay, there's a lot of things that have happened. Yes, do you like my, I don't know, what is this, like the makeup band thing? And there's shit all in the background. One day, I'm gonna have, like, I'm in my room, but one day I'm gonna have like a little corner to film in so that there's not so many distractions. So I got up this morning and I took all the kids to school like I always do. And I don't know if the fan behind me is irritating. I always have fans on every day, all night, all day. Like, unless I leave. So I had to do a few errands this morning, and usually I don't do that. My day will consist of getting up at 7, 6, whatever, and getting the kids ready, getting the kids off to school. And then I come back and I'm like, I'm exhausted from that. Ever since I had the diagnosis, well, it's been not even a month, maybe a month and a half. It was April 4th when I saw the diagnosis of COPD on top of everything else that I have. I've mentioned, like, all my other, whatever, disabilities, illnesses, disease disorders, autoimmune disorders, things like that in other videos. One day I will make, like, when we're completely done figuring out what the fuck is wrong with me and why. Okay, so my mind is constantly going. Like, I have an ADD mind. I've never been diagnosed with ADD. I swear to fucking Jesus, I have ADD. I do not have ADHD because the hyperactivity part is just not, it's just not there. Because I'm so exhausted and so, like, it doesn't matter if I take energy boosters, if I load up on vitamins, if I eat right, if I eat greens, because all I do is eat fruit. And, like, very rarely, you know, I'll have a couple pieces of steak. Shane will make steak almost every night, and I just have like 3 pieces of that and I'm good. Otherwise it's like fruit, watermelon, we always have cucumbers, nectarines, bananas, apples. I don't really like eating apples. I'd rather eat applesauce, I guess. But if I was to eat an apple, it would be the Honeycrisp apple. Those are so good. I think they're like the most expensive apple, but whatever. You get what you pay for. But I was doing a couple errands today and I was thinking, man, I push myself to do this stuff because, you know, I just turned 37. My birthday just passed on June 6th. Happy birthday to me. We just did a small intimate thing. It wasn't anything really exciting. I've never really had an exciting birthday. Shane didn't really know that. Like, I didn't ask for anything. He got me something, but we ended up setting it back because he doesn't know how to shop and he got the wrong thing, but that's okay. It's actually gonna be used. I wanted some singing bowls, and so he ordered like this cool, like old school, old time Tibetan singing bowl, but it was like way expensive. Like, he doesn't know how to filter and sort, and that shit drives me crazy. Like, that's like wasting money. So I told him, I was like, let's send this back. So we got the approval, we can send it back, because it was like $100. And so for $100 on Amazon, we can get the ones I was actually looking at, because he jumped to conclusions and he just, I don't know, he didn't even really know what they were. But I'm not ungrateful for what he got me, but we both agreed that it wasn't what he ordered. So If he wanted me to have that as a gift, I would have kept it, but it wasn't, when it came, he's like, this is not what I expected. So, yes, I'm getting some singing bowls. I've been trying to bring a lot more positive, like, super positive things into my life. I'm turning everything negative into a positive. I don't talk to people or surround myself with negative people, and sometimes they don't understand when I say, it's really hard to explain to them, like, you're in your, you know, situations right now, whether it be your addiction that I can't be around, because, you know, when you are fighting your own addictions, and I've told you guys before that I'm a recovering addict, it's very hard to surround yourself, even if it's family. Like, it's hard because you know that they're high, or you know that they're on whatever it is drug that you like, and it's very accessible at that point to break your sobriety. And I know this because I have been around the block. I'm 37 now, and I don't feel 37. That's the whole point. That's the whole thing of this, is like, I don't feel 37, but my inside body does. Like, my mind, I don't know. When I say I'm a squirrel, that's like the ADD in me, okay? Because I think about 100 million things. I want to do 100 million things, but the tiredness, like, it's a heaviness inside of my body. Like, my body won't move. My joints hurt, and so that is like, that brings me down. Sometimes it makes me depressed that, like, I want to do so much, but I'm so fucking tired. I'm just so tired. So I did a few things today, some errands that I usually don't do. Like I said, I got the kids ready for school, whatever, and we took them to school, 4 different schools, 5 different kids. This is the last week of school, and then we're going on vacation. So you guys, we'll be filming vacation on our couples channel, because that is where we have Shane. That's where we have some of the kids, you know, whoever wants to be filmed. I don't force anybody, they just pop into the video. But we're going on a road trip to down to Southern California. We are going to 2 amusement parks. We are taking the dog, and I'm actually waiting for the RV place to get back a hold of me, because we don't have anything like near where we live, because we live in like kind of I don't know, it's not really like, we don't live in like Portland, Oregon. We live in Southern Oregon, so there's like farms and ranches, really nothing, you know, like LA, Hollywood, exciting, a lot of like movement and stuff. We don't have that. So in order to get an RV, because we sold our RV, or what did we have? Like a tow, we had a tow, like a 37-foot long fucking big old beast thing. We sold that, but we're gonna rent a motorhome so we can drive it. Shane can drive it, and I'm passenger, and then the kids are in it too. And we're gonna just kind of be like hippied out. Like, I think it would be so fun. The kids don't really understand what it is I'm excited about. They just think, oh, we're gonna go in this RV and we're gonna drive all these miles, and then we're gonna end up at these amusement parks. But I hope it's more than that, because I don't think very much, I'm looking back at my life, and my kids have grown so fast that I'm trying to do so much with them so that they remember, like, hey, my mom did this stuff, because I don't have any memories of anything like that. My parents didn't do anything like this. The only memories I have when I was little is I was probably like 9. Those are my last memories of, like, my dad would take us catfishing at night, and he would just do a bunch of stuff that was like, you know, like, I mean, he tried, because we did have to live with my dad for a while. We got taken from my mom and stuff like that, but I don't know, it wasn't really, my childhood, it wasn't really, there's nothing memorable about it, and I didn't really learn a lot from any of my parents, except for to not do drugs, and to not, I don't know, like, you need to have a priority in life, and their priorities were a lot different than what my priorities are. And I knew from a young age, that's why I got a job at 16. I dropped out of school. I homeschooled myself so I can graduate, so I could go to college. I went to college. I graduated college. I'm the first one to graduate college in my family. My grandma graduated high school, but anybody other than that, all her kids, my dad, nobody graduated, everybody dropped out. My brother dropped out, so all of my kids I'm blessed that they don't like school. My oldest 15-year-old, he knows what he has to do, and he knows about, like, he's very open and like he's up to date with things, and so I know that he's going to be he is a very smart kid, but I know that he's going to make very good choices in life. And I'm not letting any of them move out until I know that they're going to be okay in their own apartment by themselves. Like, I'm not going to let them go be roommates with anybody. I know I'm like talking about a whole bunch of different things, but that's what I do. And I haven't been on in a minute, and I'm really sad about it because I love filming. One reason is I burnt my finger really fucking bad. I burnt it really bad, and I wrapped it up because I kept hitting it. I literally lit a candle, but I looked away, and I lit my finger on fire for like 5 seconds. And it has hurt, and I haven't wanted to do anything. And then another thing, I don't know, when I was 14, for the very first time, this is TMI, I know, but I got my very first yeast infection, and I had just got one like this last week, and so I had to deal with that. And like I said, I'm 37 now, and a yeast infection is just like, I don't know, my cooter was not happy with what was going on. And no, a lot of people say, oh yeah, you get yeast infections from having too much sex or blah blah blah, yada yada. That's not what it was from. It just happens. So I had to deal with that and take all this stuff and like rest. So I mean, I really didn't film, but I was itching to film. I want to post videos. I don't know, there's people out there that are going to be able to resonate with me. I don't know why people watch me, but they do. And I'm super happy about that, because it's like I have friends on the other side that, I mean, we're not going to have any conflict. And if we do, it's just in the comment section. And that's okay, because we can work it out. I mean, I don't know, I guess that's just kind of like the world that we live in nowadays. I'd rather have friends that were not real. I mean, what do you guys think? Also, I've been, like, I'm really afraid to move. Like, I've been born and raised where I am. We're in Klamath Falls, Oregon. I was born and raised here. Shane, my fiance, he's moved around a lot. Both my kids' fathers are here, but they're not from, well, the two youngest ones, their dad is, but he travels a lot because he works for BNSF. So he travels a lot, and then he comes here for his weeks that I give the kids back. So we do Friday to Friday, and he does the best that he can. And then the other father, my first three, the oldest three, their dad is actually from Fallbrook, California, so Riverside County, all down there. And I'm pretty sure that he would rather live there. I'm not positive that he would want to stay here forever. The only reason he stayed here after he came up here with his mom had bought a house here. Her mom lives up here. So that's how kind of they got up here. Then we ran into each other. We met at the same place. I worked at Walmart overnights, and we met that way. And then, our fairy tale went on, and then it lasted for however it lasted. It lasted 7 years. But anyways, like, I want to move. So does Shane, but he's not scared. I'm scared to move. Like, I'm scared. And a lot of people do move from this area. They move right after high school. They move, like, I don't know. I just like, I like living. I like knowing where things are, and I don't like being lost. And so, if you live and I hate fucking driving. I hate driving, and I hate traffic. So, I mean, what do I do? If I move, I know I'm gonna move back here before I die. So, and I think we're just waiting for the kids to get a little bit older so they can decide, like, hey, the youngest one is 7. We really wanted to have a baby. We really wanted to have a baby together, IVF. But you know what? I don't want to, I'm too tired. My body's too tired. My mind it gets too mentally tired. And so I just don't think we're going to do it. And I think we agreed finally after 3 years of debating on if we were going to do IVF. Because I did get fixed with my last baby daddy. He didn't want any more kids. I thought I was going to be with him for life. I was fucking brainwashed, really. My thoughts are, I was brainwashed, and he really did use me as a surrogate. When we first got together, he said, if we don't work out, at least I'm gonna use you as a surrogate because we would have beautiful children. I am no joke. That is fucking honest to God truth. He had told his family, he told his mom, everything. Like that, literally that's what he said. And I was so goddamn naive because I had just, you know, my relationship with my ex-husband had just ended. So I don't know, you know, there's a lot of emotions and thoughts and like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, this is the last guy. Yeah, well, it wasn't. Because he became bored and he ventured off and, you know, well, we parted ways because he was bored and he wanted other things. So we did not have the same ideas in life, but that's okay because where I'm at now, 4 years I've been here in this situation with Shane, and I would never trade it for anything. And he is the most amazing man I've ever met. He tells me all the time like how wonderful I am and how miserable his life was until he met me. And he knew from the first time. Oh, I haven't showered yet. I'm going to in just a second. And I'm probably going to add on to this video vlog. These things, I don't know. I don't even know why I'm posting it, but this is my real life. And I know people are suffering too. Like, I'm in and out of depression. I'm, you know, on a regimen. I have medication, but it's just not holding up for me. And so sometimes, you know, I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to pick up the camera, even though I want to post, but I don't have anything to post because I haven't vlogged, you know, or anything I think about vlogging about. I think it's stupid, but it's not, because I've watched stinking videos of people, you know, talking about the same thing, and I'm like, you know what? I got something out of that. And if anybody could get anything out of it, like, hey, oh, well, this person, like, wow, shit, I have the same feelings, or I've gone through the same thing. And so, okay, there is light, there is a way. I've had a lot of shifts in my life, like different, you know, so if I'm looking back, I don't even know. I'll probably cut that out because that's a whole nother video. Like shifts in your life. Do you know what shifts are? Anybody? If you guys know what a shifting is, like, it's like where you are, what you're doing in life. Okay, so like say you're a kid and you're getting older, you know, you're turning into a teenager, and then all of a sudden you get a job, you move out. That's a shift. You have to now look at your life and say, okay, this is what I have to do now. I don't live with my parents. I have to be responsible. I have a job. I have to, you know, put so much money away because I have a roommate, and I can't let that roommate, you know, pay for everything. And, you know, I can't look like an idiot because I don't know how to manage money. Like, you shift into a mature person. And then after that, you know, when you meet a guy or whatever it is, you enter different shifts in your life, and that's you growing and becoming a better person. A better person or just a different person. And we always want to strive to be better. I was a negative person. Not always, but I was. The last 10 years, I was a very negative person. A lot of it had to do with my addiction and still like yearning to be an addict. Like, it's very hard to be sober. It's a lot of work. Every day, it's a lot of work. And I'm telling you guys this because there's somebody that's going to come across this video and they're going to be suffering. Like, you know, they can go 3 weeks without using, and then they're going to use one time. And then that throws them all off. And then they, you know, but once, I don't know, you'll get past that. You will. And you'll quit slipping. You guys, you know, if you guys are in addiction or you know about addiction, you'll quit slipping, you'll quit, you're like basically dipping into it. Like, you're not doing it all the time, but you're still doing it enough to, you know, forget about whatever or get high for one day, and then you have like 2 weeks, a week, 2 weeks where you've got to get back to normal. And sometimes it's depressing. It's really, you feel low. You're like, why did I do that? What the fuck's wrong with me? Why can't I just not do it? Like, you know, do whatever your addiction is. For me, mine was meth. And nowadays, it's not even what it used to be. Like, I used to clean and do all this stuff and be like, you know, get ready, and it was fun, and it was like, it was like a really cool social drug. And now, I'm not saying now, but the last times that I've done it, it's like I would trap myself into a room, a dark room. I wouldn't move. I would just sit there for hours and hours doing nothing, but I would want to do so much, but the drug kept me, like, I wouldn't do anything. So it's like, why the fuck would I want to do that? Why am I getting high? Why am I doing this to myself? So after I had months to look back on of sobriety, and, you know, I started watching a lot of motivational things. I thought that was all freaking retarded and stupid, but you know what? I clicked with a lot of things in the videos that I watched. Just YouTube, you can watch anything. I started saying, okay, well, all these other people are gaining something from these motivations, or from, you know, meditating and trying to clear out your mind and ask for, you know, ask for forgiveness or whatever it is. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be a god that you're talking to. It could be your fucking self. Like, it could be your higher self. So basically what I do is I talk to myself. No, I'm not a freaking nuthead, but I gotta tell myself, like, you're better than that. There's nobody telling me. I don't have anybody fucking telling me that. So I have to do it myself. And so I've learned that I did have a negative. I was putting myself in part of a depression. I was. I had a lot of negativity. Everything that went wrong was because of something else. And enough people, or enough times, you know, came around where I heard, it's not anybody. It's not anybody but you. You're late because you didn't get the fuck up. You're late because you know, there's sometimes that I am late because I can't leave my house without this or that or this or that, and that's my ADD brain. And then, you know, I don't know, it all snowballs, and you really got to look at the big picture. But yeah, I wanted to say that before I forgot. There's a lot of things I think of too when I'm not filming that I wish I can just pick the camera up and start filming, because these conversations, I wouldn't say they're not like crazy nutty. Like, they're conversations that I have to myself, and they're so important, they're so right, and they're so smooth speaking. If I go to like try to speak it out, it doesn't come out as well as it was interpreted while I was thinking about it. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, you can think, I guess that's when people write stuff down in journals, but sometimes the journal feels just like a phone at sometimes. It feels 10,000 pounds and you don't want to grab it right away. So there's a lot of things that hold us back, and one thing at a time is all we need to focus on, and that's really what I'm doing. Even if I know I'll get better, and I've gotten better. And you know, I went from somebody who was married happily to a divorcee who was on drugs, who within 3 months was selling drugs, using drugs IV. I lost everything. I lost everything. My kids, everything. I lost it all. For 6 straight years, I was in a dark hole, and I never thought I was gonna get out of it. And I am so fucking thankful, because if I was high, I wouldn't be talking to the camera right now. I would never be talking to the camera high. It's the last thing that I would think of doing, is picking the camera up and being like, hey guys, fucking, hey, this is the way that it goes. Like, no. That, I was thinking about that, and it would never happen, because I wouldn't want to project myself out there like that, you know, telling you guys, like, hey, this is what I've been going through. And I know most of you that come across these videos, that you don't even know who I am, and I am nobody. I'm a nobody, but I'm somebody who's going to be uploading videos, and I don't know, one day you might know who I am, because who knows what the hell, you never know with social media. But I'm just little old me, Alicia Kugler, who knows really nothing about her family, her ancestrals. I know that my grandfather, I know, this is like, what? Now she's talking about where she's come from. I'm actually Norwegian, Scandinavian, I have some Serbian in me. I took one of those 23andMe tests. My grandfather, he's full Italian. Him and his twin brother were close to Rome, Italy. I don't know. I've met them once. They live in Florida, but I don't really have family. And my family, they're very quiet. They're secretive. They're very secretive. Like, my last name comes from, like, I don't know, but there are people who are African American who have my last name who are very famous. There's actually a producer that I looked up because I was searching like my last name. If you search my last name, it's like there's nothing there. C-O-O-G-L-E-R. Like, have you ever heard of that? Anyways, it's derived from like the spelling of K-U Kugler. K-U-E-G-L-E. I don't know, but there is a Kugler that is spelled that, and he's actually a deputy at our jail. It's kind of weird, but I wish I knew more about where I came from. But I don't know, my family, my grandmother, the only person who really would know, like my dad wouldn't even know. He doesn't even care. But they came from South Carolina, from Irma, in that area, some other parts. And for me, it's sad because I want to know. I want to know my roots, and I don't really get anything from my family. My grandma won't tell me anything. She says that they're all crazy over there. I know that she moved with her boys over here from there with nothing, because she was beaten by my father's dad. And I think he's passed already. He got shot, and he was in a nursing home because like a cat jumped on his car. The neighbor's cat kept jumping on his car, and he didn't like it, so he shot the neighbor's cat, and the neighbor shot him. And then he was in a nursing home for a while, and he passed away several years ago. My dad never got to meet him, but there is family members I've talked to that are in South Carolina. I would love to, you know, get a little closer to them, and so I could make a trip over there and actually see where everything, I mean, because that's really where everything came from. And so I feel lost in that sense, that I don't really know. I don't know, it's like I don't really know who I am. I really want to go to Norway though, so that is going to be happening. And then Shane, he is Finnish, so his roots are from Finland, and Norway and Finland are very close to each other. So we will take trips in the next few years. Obviously, we're not going to take the kids with us. That's very expensive, but we are going to go, him and I, do a little traveling when they're older. We're going to go over to the European countries. But if you wanted to know what I was, I do have the 23andMe results. I have all kinds of results. But yeah, I think that stuff's interesting, and I'm just blabbering on, talking about things that I wanted to talk about that I don't know, I just didn't have the energy, or I just didn't feel like it would have been interesting because I was, you know, resting and all that stuff. I was just, you know, what I told you about earlier. But now I just got home. I am gonna go shower. I have a lot of videos to edit on both sides, like for you guys, and then for our couples channel. So I need to get on with that because I don't think I'm gonna be able to edit. I don't know, I haven't really figured it out how to edit when I'm not at home, because the camera and the computer, I don't know. I am smart, I'll figure it out, but sometimes I don't want to. And the kids drive me nuts sometimes when I'm editing. So I do try to edit when they're at school. That's the best time for me to edit and get videos out posted. But I thank you guys for all being here. And anybody who is new, like, I don't know. I just post random videos about random things, and I don't have any friends that like are true friends who call, check in on me. Like, I just don't know. So I just have my fiance. He's enough, but sometimes sometimes it's a lot, and I don't want to pile everything on him because, you know, he has his own issues and then he gives them to me, and sometimes it's a lot and I need to like vent out. So this is my way of venting out. And why not post it? Because I'm not the only motherfucker out there. Yes, I do cuss sometimes. I don't like doing it, but I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah. And then we're also looking for, you know, a new place to live because we need to upgrade. Like, we need more room. And so it's been very busy around here. And school, like I said, school's almost out, so we're super excited. Today marks, okay, so they have 3 more days after today. They don't have school Friday, and then we're supposed to be taking off to our trip on the 17th, on Friday. So hopefully we can get this RV guy, you know. So I've got a lot going on, and that's an update. So I'm gonna get back to you guys. Probably, I gotta edit this really quick. There's not much really to edit out. I just gotta edit out the dry time. But yeah. Anyways, I love you guys so much. If you guys are new subscribers and you want to be my friend, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to be nosy, hit that subscribe button. You never know what I'm gonna post. You never know what I'm gonna say. But sometimes it might resonate with you and you might have a good day. Alright guys, I love you guys. Bye! Oh! And don't forget to like this video because then, you know, I can make more videos. Bye guys.